What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this Tuesday, April 8th version of the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture Show. What's going on, fellas? We just watched History this weekend.
Yes, we did. I watched Caitlin eat cereal. It's pretty cool.
What kind of cereal?
Some like protein cereal, whatever.
Magic Spoon. Not a sponsor. Wish it was.
Ew. No,
free shout outs.
Yeah. How about Ovi, man? How awesome was that?
Fucking awesome.
I was at work. The whole bar exploded.
It was dusty. It was dusty in my house. That's for sure.
Yeah, we didn't have the sound on, so I couldn't hear Gretzky's speech until later when I got off work. I watched it that night, but yeah, it was just fucking awesome. And how awesome was that he did it in his office too, right on the left wing, just fucking one-timed it right into the net. It was sick. It was the best way it could have happened, right?
Gretzky's wife's face looked like she got checked into the boards. It's Botox cocktails all over the place, man.
I'll tell you what, Gretzky's aging really well.
Dude, we were talking about that at the bar. Me and the owner of the place I work at on the boardwalk, he was like, dude, he looks great. I can't believe it. Like, I don't know how old he is at this point, but
probably 64.
64 on the nose. Look at that.
Boom! I'm hitting home runs today, baby.
How awesome was it? How awesome was it that it was in the exact same amount of games too? The goal happened. How crazy is that?
Well, and it was the anniversary of us winning the lottery pick.
Oh, really? For Ovi? That's crazy.
What?
That's
apparently apparently they were trying to get him eligibility in the draft the year prior. The Florida Panthers really wanted him or something like that. I was reading up about it. It was really kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm glad they didn't get him. How awesome is that?
And we I guess the Caps didn't even have the worst record that year. The Penguins did. So history could have been way different if they didn't. If there wasn't a draft.
Ovechkin, Crosby, and Malkin.
Well, no, we probably would have ended up with Crosby.
Oh, are they the same draft class?
I believe so.
I thought Crosby was a couple years younger.
Well,
anyway,
we probably would have been a shitty team the next year and got the first pick.
Yeah.
I remember how ugly those jerseys were. Those like the blue jerseys. I hated those.
Oh, the Screaming Eagle. You don't like them?
Yeah, I hated them.
Oh man,
I like. They still wear them.
They wear.
They're alternate now. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the alternate more than the old one. I guess they updated
I like the
old
black,
one a little bit.
Black jersey. I don't like the blue one as much. You might be right about that.
I like the one that's got like the laces like right here. They were like
the Winter Classic
ones. The Winter Classic ones. Yeah. Those are sexy.
Those are really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect. I mean, we knew the game was going to stop. I didn't expect them to like pull out a red carpet and have like a whole ceremony in the middle of the game. I figured they would do that afterwards, but I guess it was pretty cool. And also, like, shout out to Gretzky for basically saying Gordie Howe was there when I broke the record, so I thought it was appropriate that I would be there when Alex broke the record. And I thought everything that he said was like super classy, and I thought he handled it really well. Inside he was fuming because. He was. You don't think so? I mean, I think those guys, like, to be that good at anything, I think you have to be a little like weirdly competitive, like Jordan and Brady and all those guys. Like, I don't know.
Agree. He just seems like, I don't know. When he was recalling everything, when he broke Gordie Howe's record, he was like, I feel bad. Like, I feel like embarrassed.
Yeah.
And his dad, like you said, was like, well, remember how Gordie is treating you and is going about this. So whenever somebody breaks your record, make sure you do it the same way. And I thought it was really cool that Gretzky wore a number 9 Gordie Howe pin as well. It was just in remembrance of him and wanted him to be there. Yeah, in a sense.
It's a good call. And a lot of people probably don't even know what the pin was for. But yeah, us being sports junkies, we knew. But that was awesome. Also, shout out. I mean, the Islanders were phenomenal with this.
And their fans too. Their fans were phenomenal.
Well, look, the cheapest ticket in that building was like $1,400. So if you're going to that game, you got to be a massive hockey fan. So you got to appreciate that, right?
Yeah, and don't worry, Wayne Gretzky. Look, Alex Ovechkin's only 1,200 assists away from breaking that record. So I don't think he's going to do that anytime soon.
Yeah, next record's the hits probably.
Yeah, how awesome is that? I didn't even know that until this weekend. He's third all time in hits. He only needs 300 more. If he plays like 2 more seasons, he's going to get it. First all time in goals and hits. What a fucking maniac, right?
And he's playing really well still. Like, I mean, and we're kind of we're kind of on the other side of this little mini rebuild that we just did. So maybe he's got a little juice left. Maybe he stays another year or two.
Fourth in the league in goals, only nine behind the leader. He missed 15 games.
Well, he was third.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he's 9 goals behind the leading goal scorer in the NHL, and he missed 16 games with a broken leg.
Yeah, still got some juice in there.
It's crazy.
Just got to use it a little bit more sparingly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's awesome. Good for Ovi. There was a really cool video that the NHL released where it says the great one, and then it counts through like the 100 goals, 200 goals, and it goes through all the calls, and it like he passes Yager, he passes Gordie Howe, and then there's one guy left, and then they go with the call. It's really, if you haven't seen it, go on the NHL's Instagram or Twitter or whatever and watch that. It's a fucking awesome video. It gave me crazy goosebumps watching it, but yeah. Also really cool that Joe B and Locker got to call it. I know they broadcasted it on TNT as well, but it was really cool that the local guys got to call it because they called his first goal in 2005, and they were able to call his record-breaking goal. 14 seasons of 40 or more goals, by the way, for Alex Ovechkin.
How much would it suck to pay? How much would it suck to be a person that paid $400, $500 for a ticket for Thursday's game? And the
right. I was wondering. I saw speculation like, is he going to sit out that game and do it in front of the whole home crowd? But there was no way Ovi was going to sit out.
No, he doesn't sit.
So he's not an NBA guy. They don't have load management in hockey.
No load management in hockey.
They're starting to get some load management in baseball. You see Freddie Freeman's not playing day games after night games this year. He also just slipped and fell in the shower and is going to miss a couple weeks because of it. So maybe he shouldn't be anyway.
Yeah.
You paid millions and millions and millions of dollars to play a game. Go play.
I mean, I think it was the Dodgers' decision. I don't think it was Freddie Freeman's decision. But, regardless.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just – do you think he gets to 1,000? That'd be pretty sweet. Also, you brought up that he 14 seasons with 40 goals, which is NHL record. He also has the NHL record for most seasons with 50 plus goals, which is like 8 or something like that. I forget what it is.
Crazy. He's won 9 Rocket Richards, I think, which is the most goals in the league. And honestly, if he didn't get hurt this year, he'd have been right there in the mix to break it get another one.
Fighting for it. Do you think this propels them into the playoffs? Like it gets a load off their back a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, they're the best team in hockey this year. If you look at the records, they're 6 or 7 games better than the second best team in the league. It came kind of out of nowhere. I know Churchman's been really good. Tom Wilson's been really, really good, but especially without Oshie and Backstrom, we did not expect this out of this team. And I remember, Brian, last year, we didn't watch a ton of the Caps because they weren't very good. And we were always asking, like, what's wrong? And you were like, they're just old. They look like they're skating slower than everyone. And I don't know, man. They've reinvigorated somehow and maybe it's Ovi carrying bringing the
maybe it's the record. Maybe it is the record that's giving them everybody a little bit of juice. I don't know.
And Dusty, you're right, man. I remember exactly making that comment. Like they just look slower than everybody else. They look like an old, Pinto out there when everyone else is riding Ferraris. Now it's whatever the heck happened. They need this new coach. I have no clue, but they look great.
Yeah. It was cool. The night that he tied the record, they had that game was at home, and it was cool seeing like all the old teammates with him. Backstrom was there, Oshie was there, Orpik was there. I think Mike Green was there, a couple other guys. But I thought it was cool seeing some of the old faces. And I mean, Oshie and Backstrom are still technically on the team, but Backstrom it seems like is pretty much done. His back is bad, and then Oshie hasn't played a game this year. And he's got some degenerative issues as well. So he might be towards the end of his career. He's an unrestricted free agent after this year as well. So
yeah, I think Oshie is back and Backstrom is definitely hip because he had like a whole hip, basically reconstruction kind of deal. I forget what exactly it was, but it definitely was a hip.
Yeah, it seems like he's going to be. He's probably played his last hockey game, but it is cool seeing those guys because they were such an important part, especially of that Stanley Cup final run.
Hockey guys are different, man. They just
different dudes.
It's just they're just so much more old school than all the other sports are right now.
Yeah. They're not soft like pitchers like Brooks. They're not soft like that. They go after it real hard.
and they I just feel like they're more team guys, man. I just feel like they're so much more team oriented.
Yeah, I agree with you. I always thought that about baseball for the longest time, but I guess it really depends on the team and the coach and maybe the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you used to see it a ton in college sports, but now you don't see it as much because of the transfer portal and everyone moving and stuff like that.
You disagree with me if you guys want. I firmly believe hockey players are probably the best athletes outside of cornerbacks in the NFL. Hockey, you got to skate backwards. The agility, the hand-eye coordination you need is just ridiculous, and then the toughness.
I think it's really incredibly taxing, but I mean, I don't think I can say that hockey players are more athletic than NBA basketball players. Like those guys do just freakish things all the time.
All the time. Yeah, you're right.
But I do think it's probably the most grueling on your body, other than the NFL. I mean, but you have to think like in hockey, you're playing 82 games, and if you fall, you're not falling on a grass field, you're falling on fucking rock hard ice. And I don't know if you've ever fallen on ice, but it's no fun.
Also,
and
there's
by
no
the way,
way
you're also fighting in the game. You're getting your face beat in.
there's also no way that Ovi's leg's not still broken. I truly, there's no way it healed in 40 days. It's just tolerable now, which makes it even more insane.
Well, it was like a micro fracture in his leg, right? So it wasn't like it's not like he broke his femur. Like he would not be playing hockey right now.
Well, yeah, it's still a fracture is a break. It doesn't matter.
I'm sure it hurts. I can't imagine it doesn't hurt. But
speaking of hockey, did you see the first half of that fucking national championship game yesterday? Holy moly! That was a hockey fight. 4 fouls. They called 4 fucking fouls. Hi, Glenn. How you doing, buddy? They called 4 fouls in the first half, and then 25 in the second half. You can't officiate a game like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to know how you're going to call the game. Like the guys got on the floor have to know.
Hand up. Had a few too many adult beverages yesterday. Didn't watch a single minute of that game. Not a single minute. So you guys want to talk about it? I'm more than happy to talk about it. I did watch the Final Four games, so I can talk about those a little bit, but I did not watch.
They're basically playing bumper cars out there.
Yeah. They were playing bumper cars in the first half, and it was 4 fouls got called collectively. And then the second half, I mean, the referees probably had a little conversation in the locker room, but we got to call some more fouls. 25 fouls called in the second half. It's just not fair to the teams because like you don't know how the game's being officiated.
So did the NCAA call down at halftime and just say, "Hey, you guys got to start calling some fucking fouls"?
I don't know.
Or did they just make a collective effort? I don't know. I think that's dumb. That's pretty stupid. But anyway, congratulations to Florida. I mean, they were the hottest team in the country the second half of the year, right?
Yeah. I mean, and look, Houston buckled. I'm not one of those people that wants to play blame games on people all the time, but Houston buckled big time. And I mean, hey, look, and in the Final Four game, Duke buckled against Florida.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that, because that was awesome.
I mean,
that was awesome. They had like a 92% chance of winning with like 1:40 left, and they lost.
You can't be up 6 points with the ball 30 seconds and lose. Like you shouldn't do that. That's like something Maryland does.
Oh my God! Remember that Maryland game when Reddick was on the team?
Nate James. God. I remember.
It was the worst.
10 points, 1 minute.
The worst. But yeah, how about let's talk first, I guess, about the championship game, and then we'll go back to Duke. I mean, I think if you look at the score, if you'd have told me before the game the score is going to be 65-63, I would have said probably Houston's going to win, right? Yeah. Because if they hold Florida to 65 points, you would think they're going to be able to win, because Florida's thing is that they've been putting up points on everyone. And Houston's been the best defense in the country, other than maybe St. John's, you can argue, all season. So I would have said, going into the game, if you'd have just blind told me the score, I would have said Houston's got the advantage.
And going into the game, if you said that they held Walter Clayton Jr. to 0 points in the first half, probably would have said they would have won too.
It's the first game they lost when holding a team under 70 points.
Wow, that's crazy. Good for them for making a run, and good for them for staving off Duke too. But in Florida, it seems like Florida was the best team, really. Other than Duke, especially in the second half of the year. So flowers to them, and also flowers to that program. They've been a basketball powerhouse really since Billy Donovan. And you know what's crazy is that Al Horford was on those 07, 08 teams, and he's still playing for the Boston Celtics. Oh man, it feels like that was decades ago. It was.
What in the hell is that?
Is that Iron Man?
They just
Iron
announced
Man
it.
with Cal's head on it. That's awesome.
Those are the bluest eyes on a bobblehead I've ever seen.
Well, he does have very blue eyes.
Some Steely Blues.
Do you remember Brooks and Ken Griffey baseball when we would play Ken Griffey baseball all the time? There was only one guy in the whole game that had gray hair, and it was Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah.
So you knew it was him every time. You could tell right away. Anyway.
All right, so all right, what law? So shame on Houston for not getting a shot off, by the way.
Yeah, what the hell? So I watched the highlights this morning. I obviously didn't watch the game, but what the hell was going on?
The guy double pumps, drops the ball. He can't touch it because it would have been a
travel.
He would have got called for a double
Yeah,
dribble.
walk or double.
So he just had to say that, but not to get a shot off. And it looked like Florida knew what the fucking play was that Houston drew up.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you guys: what loss is worse in Houston national championship games? 1983 with Lorenzo Charles, or not getting a shot off in yesterday's game? Which one's worse?
I don't know. Which one's worse, Houston or Duke?
Oh, Duke.
Duke was bad.
Man, it's even worse that they had just so much time left to like run a good play there and get a shot off. Like it wasn't like a rush at all. It shouldn't have been.
They didn't even try to drive to the hoop. They stayed on the perimeter the entire time. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm not going to act like I'm a basketball coach, but go to the hoop.
Hell
yeah, Joe.
Joe, I'm trying to show at the same time as you. Good day to be a hat. 6 months he's been a Huckleberry. Joe, thank you, man. We really appreciate you, dude.
My man.
Hell yeah.
We like that.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, what do we think? I heard a lot of people talking about is Cooper Flag falling down the rankings of like all-time prospects because of this Duke loss and stuff like that. I don't really necessarily think about that. I think a lot of people gave Shire a lot of the blame. Who do you think was to blame for the Duke collapse? Do you think it was the coaches, the players, or do you just think it was a weird situation and Houston kind of locked down on defense there?
It's the players. And look, John Shire can't go out there and D up anybody. And look, freshmen are going to act like freshmen at some point or another. All right. And no matter how talented you are, you're going to end up acting like a freshman. That's why I thought Houston was going to win the national championship, because they were a senior-based team or junior senior-based team. So I don't know what Florida's are Florida's guys young, or are they junior and senior upperclassmen?
I don't know, but there's not very many people that I very much dislike just by looking at them, but Florida's coach is one of them.
Just to say something about his face.
What? That's so out of left field.
Don't like him. Don't like him. And he's got some nefarious stuff that has come out this year that nobody talks about, which is surprising. But
okay.
Anyway,
I mean,
3 Final Four coaches were Jews. Throw that out there. It's a fun fact.
Didn't know that.
I saw that. There was a. I mean,
yeah. Part of the tribe.
Don't know why you did.
I'm Polish. I'm not Jewish.
I will say that with Cooper Flag, like he had a couple unlucky bounces in that last couple minutes of that game. Like it felt like he couldn't buy a bucket. Like he was just bounced like in and out 2 or 3 times. It was like, Jesus Christ, halfway down.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting the shots. They just didn't go in, you know.
Yeah, not bouncing his way.
Not worried about him as a prospect. He's obviously a stud, and he's the best prospect in college basketball this year for sure. Especially at his age. I mean,
well, I guess if we're talking NCAA, do we want to talk at Maryland, what they're doing the last couple of days? They've been on a spree.
We've been on a little bit of a spree. I don't think it's going to be great, honestly. I mean, we do have the 2 guys coming from A&M. One of them only scored 5 a game last year, and one of them scored 10 a game. So, I mean, 1 starter and 1 bench guy. We did get the kid from IU, Miles Rice, who, according to Jeff Ehrman, who's the leading Maryland sports insider, is probably going to be the only Rice on the team next year. It doesn't seem like Rodney's going to be coming back. We don't know for sure, but it doesn't seem like he's coming back.
Did you see his Twitter post? Rodney Rice's. He posted something saying like he's in deep thought or something like that, and he got a lot of love from the Maryland community.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you're going to need a lot of love from the NIL pockets is what he needs.
So. I said Logan because that's a baseball player, I think, named Logan Gillespie. But Jacoby Gillespie came out and said he's going to be going to Tennessee, which is his hometown. So he's going home, and he had a great season with us. I can't imagine he would he won't be a huge part of their team because they were a
Makes
pretty good
sense.
team this year too. They were like a 2 or 3 seed, right?
I picked them to win in one of my brackets.
Yeah.
There were two seed.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if they have people leaving or whatever, but that's a huge gift for Tennessee. I saw there was one guy, was it Harris Smith or somebody did follow Kevin Willard to Villanova? Which I thought
not Harris Smith went to Georgetown. I don't know who. I can't remember who followed him to.
There is one guy that is
Kapari,
following
maybe?
Willard. Maybe, yeah, it might have been Kapari. But anyway, I've talked to Ethan a lot about this. I mean, we've got the 3 transfers, but other than that, we don't have anybody committed. Who's going to play? Is it going to be a bunch of walk-ons and 3 transfers?
Well, I mean, that's what this portal. I mean, this is what it is right now. I mean, he's doing a good job with what he has to work with. I think he's putting together. He's got some decent guys coming in. We'll see what happens. If he can keep Rodney Rice, which who knows if he does or not. I wish he would have kept Harris Smith. A lot of the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter too is that the players were pretty pissed about how Willard handled the situation too. So
good. I think they should.
Well, I'm glad. That's what I'm saying. That kind of verifies. That kind of like gives Maryland fans a little bit of a like, hey, we're right in what we're saying here. Yeah. But I did see Willard took the entire staff with him besides one guy, and he fired he's keeping one of Villanova's old coaches or something like that, which is not surprising, but it's worth bringing up.
Yeah.
I wish nothing but the worst for him.
I couldn't agree more.
Like nothing. And I have nothing against Villanova whatsoever.
No, but their fans are like, they just keep saying, like, you guys got to stop crying. It's like, not crying, just pissed.
We're just trying to tell you what you're getting here.
Just pissed.
Which is a snake clown. Idiot.
Also, while we're still in the NCAA bracket, who came in last? And what should the punishment be for what do the viewers think Dusty's punishment should be?
You came in dead last?
No, but last out of the 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I picked Maryland to beat Florida in the championship. I had Florida. Or no, I had Maryland to beat Florida in the Final Four or in the Sweet 16.
Sure didn't.
Let's say Sweet 16.
Duke to beat Florida or something like that. Yeah. I had Maryland beating Florida.
You came in 26th.
Out of how many?
Out of 29.
Perfect. Look at that.
Killed it.
Who won?
Some guy named Notorious BIGPP. He sent us a message on Twitter last night, so we got to get him his prize.
Yeah,
so if you're watching, I don't know who you are, but we'll be reaching out here this week or next week.
Yeah, we'll get you some. Well done. Who came? I know Caitlin was beating me a little bit. I know I was up there.
Caitlin came in 4th. She picked the Gators to win. In this bracket, so obviously that propelled her. PC came in 2nd. Rogers, you came in 10th. You were first out of us. I beat Dusty by 30 points. So we were both terrible.
So good for you. I did pick 1,000 upsets in the first round, so I had it kind of coming to me, especially with the chalkiest tournament ever. I did not need to be picking upsets.
Yeah. I know you keep saying this, Joe, and this keeps giving me a little bit of hope, but we also don't have Coach Cal coming in. So
yeah. Did anyone see Dawn Staley basically lose her fucking mind on the bench when she realized South Carolina could not beat Connecticut?
No, I did not. I watched like all the highlights and stuff like that, but I didn't see any of Dawn Staley stuff. What did she do?
I thought horns were going to come out of her head. I mean, she was furious because she just realized there was nothing that South Carolina could do to stop Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
It was an onslaught.
How about her career, by the way? 4 years, 4 Final Four appearances, and if she finally gets her natty this year. Good for her. I mean, one of the best college basketball players we've ever seen, right? Women,
yeah, she's up there.
On the women's side. I mean,
no one's ever going to beat Breanna Stewart, who I think won 4 national titles and 4 most valuable player.
Yeah,
most outstanding player in the tournament.
Gino, by the way, 12 national championships. Next closest would be Pat Summitt behind him with 8. Dawn Staley on that list as well. She had 3. I think Kim Mulkey has 4. But yeah, Gino 12-1 in championship games. And they're just so good every year.
And he's got the record. I mean, there's only 2 people, I guess, that are in this list, but he's got the record of most national championships won by 20 or more points. It's 5.
Jesus.
The next closest is, or the only other one that has done that more than once was John Wooden. I think he has 2 or 3.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I mean, congratulations to UConn. Obviously, they win the men's basketball championship the last couple of years, and then they win the ladies this year. And they're in the Final Four every year in the ladies side. I mean, they're just a powerhouse, and they always have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's enough hoops talk. Congratulations again to Florida and UConn for winning their respective tournaments. How do you think the tournament was as a whole? I guess we can wrap it up here.
Lackluster. Pretty lackluster, honestly.
I thought the Final Four they were great games every game. It came down to the wire. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't any like Cinderella stories that everybody was getting behind and stuff like that. Like the most exciting part of the tournament was probably Maryland's buzzer beater. There was no other real buzzer beaters that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought Houston's comeback was awesome. So I mean, even if it wasn't Duke, it made it even better that it was Duke. But
yeah,
who made the decision to make One Shining Moment like the song? It is an awful song. I think the Orioles winning song is pretty bad, but I love it because I'm an Orioles fan. One Shining Moment is freaking terrible.
I don't like the One Shining Moment stuff. I know it's like a lot of people's favorite thing about the tournament. I think it's stupid. I don't even watch it.
I think it's stupid too.
It's an awful song.
Yeah.
I'd rather hear Daddy Yankee rap afterwards or something stupid. Like One Shining Moment is awful.
Daddy Yankee.
Joe says no audio. Let us know if anybody else is having that same issue. But I think it might be on Joe's side.
Yeah, I think it's on Joe's side.
I can't imagine we've been going for 30 minutes and nobody would have said that. That would suck though. Can you imagine?
I got Merrick downstairs. That would be really bad. I got Merrick downstairs. I can text him.
Oh man.
I think we're fine.
Yeah.
What are we moving on to next, fellas?
Want to talk Orioles and then do Masters, or you do want to do Masters now and then talk Orioles at the end? How do you want to do it?
We got some football stuff I think that Brian wanted to go over real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Biggest news. I mean, the biggest news. Couple things that have come out in the last couple days. Teron Armstead, one of the better left tackles in the league, announces his retirement at 33. I think the Miami Dolphins offensive line was already going to struggle this year. That is not going to be very good for them. And also Julio Jones, who I think has been out of the league for a year or two, has officially retired as well. 7-time Pro Bowler and probably a surefire Hall of Famer in my
opinion. I better say Hall of Famer. Come on, let's go. Hall of Famer or no?
Julio Jones? Yeah, gotta be.
Right? I think honestly, I think a better question is first ballot. Like, is he a first ballot Hall of Famer?
I mean,
I think he is a Hall. I think we all think he's a Hall of Famer, right? I mean,
yeah, I do. And one of the best catches in Super Bowl history that no one will ever remember.
Yep.
Because Julian Edelman made a better catch than the next drive. It was literally crazy, though. And Julio notoriously could not get in the end zone very much, but I mean, he was a 1,000-yard guy every single year.
Talk about it. That's a shame, man. That's like the best catch that never will get remembered.
Yeah. But yeah, good for Julio Jones and good for Teron Armstead announcing his retirement at 33. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Once again, sucks for the Dolphins. I'm not high on the Dolphins anyway this year, but I think this hurts them significantly.
Apparently they have like one defensive end at the moment and like 2 starting defensive backs. Like they need everything on the defensive side. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there.
And I know, Brian, you're not a huge Mike McDaniel fan to begin with there either. You think he has a chance if they have a kind of a terrible year this year? You think he could be on the outs?
See ya. This is put up or shut up, and I think this is also a massive year for Tua.
Yeah.
You have to start making some deals. I mean, because I don't think Tyreek Hill is actually on that team.
No, he wants out, right? He basically he came out on Instagram at the end of last year and said he didn't want to be on the team anymore. Or was it Twitter or whatever?
He said something the other day too here recently. But yeah, he's asking for a trade. He still has a contract with them, obviously. But we'll see what happens. I could see him being fine. Just depending on some of the moves that are made. Also, James Cook is not happy in Buffalo.
Huh,
and
interesting.
There is a lot of the insiders are saying it's not a pretty situation. So They're not elaborating on that, but yeah.
Brian, is there anything in the NFL that you wanted to talk about? I know there was a couple rule changes or something like that.
Yeah. I really enjoy the fact that they're allowing teams to do four games. You get to use your alternate or your throwback jersey. I think that's cool. I always love the Ravens when they wear the All Blacks. So that allows us to wear the All Blacks whenever. And I guess they're allowing the teams to pick when they can wear them.
Nice.
Good. That's awesome. Why did they not have control over that from the beginning?
I don't know.
You ask a lot of really good questions.
It's so weird, right? Like if the Bucks want to wear their creamsicles, go ahead and let them. Who cares? They're awesome.
Yeah, like I want to see the baby blues or the powder blues for your dad. You know, Glenn will love the powder blues for the same idiot Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I like how they are just tabling the tush push thing, and they're tabling one other rule thing. It's basically so that Roger Goodell can basically go.
I think it's the playoff thing. The playoff seeding thing, I think, is what it was.
Oh, reseeding.
Yeah, reseeding.
Reseeding. So basically, Roger Goodell can just go talk to all the owners and try to sway votes.
Yeah.
Boys, I got an image I need to bring up on here that made me a little tighter in my pants, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, with an all white, that's pretty sweet.
Obviously, a mock-up, and they haven't announced anything, but I think this is pretty cool looking. I like it.
I think that's
like
awesome.
it a lot.
Awesome looking.
That's great looking, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like white helmets in general.
So do I.
The white Terps helmet with just the red script Terps. Also, I love that helmet.
The Patriot white helmet, where it's like the offensive lineman with his hand dug in the dirt.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's one of my favorite. And if you guys don't know, we did this draft when we first started the podcast, best uniforms, and that was, like I said, that's always been, as much as I hate the Patriots, that's one of my favorite uniforms.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all we got NFL wise. We do have the draft coming up right around the corner, by the way, guys. What is it? Next week?
When is the draft? Next week?
It's in 2 weeks, I think. And does this draft feel just lackluster?
Yeah.
I guess because the quarterback situation is kind of mid. It does kind of feel that way, right? It's Thursday, April 24th, by the way. So we got 2 weeks from Thursday.
Yeah, it's in Wisconsin.
Green Bay, yeah.
So it's going to be chilly probably because it's chilly here today, fellas. I'll tell you that.
It's chilly here in Baltimore. I don't know what it's like in Ocean City.
It's all right. It's a hell of a lot better than it was yesterday. That's for sure. Yesterday was fucking shitty. It was a monsoon. Yeah. Not a good day for golf.
Dude, it's flooding here. It's flooding here bad. And then we had a freeze warning last night.
Oh God.
Yeah, we got down 25 last night. It's gonna get up to 45 today or something like that. But it's been in the 60s pretty constantly.
On Sunday, I got to work at 11. We opened at 12. At 12, it was 77 degrees. At 2, it was 62 degrees. It dropped 15 degrees in 30 minutes. It was crazy.
Global warming's not real. Just ask anybody.
Makes no goddamn sense.
Make no sense.
All right.
Can't read it. There's no words on it.
I think because we're doing our draft is Masters theme. Do you want to get into that now, or you want to do that's a shame, or do you want to go into MLB stuff now? How do you want to do this, guys?
Let's do that's a shame, and then do MLB, and then we do Masters.
Okay.
Well, I think we have a transition for this, right? All right, Brian.
Look, I don't like Stephen A. Smith at all.
Does anybody?
At all.
He plays the heel card.
Why?
Really well.
Yeah, he does. And all ESPN does is talk about fucking LeBron James and the Dallas Cowboys. It just drives me fucking insane. It is so ridiculous. I can't watch the 4-letter network anymore. Because all they did was they compared everything. They were comparing Ovechkin and LeBron. It has nothing to do with it. It was so stupid.
Stephen A. and PK Subban. I saw it. I didn't watch. I wasn't listening to it, but I saw it on there. And the thing on the bottom was, "What's more impressive, LeBron's points record or Ovechkin's goal record?" And I was like, "Who cares?
Who fucking cares?"
Sports.
The only reason I watch it is because Shannon Sharp is jacked. He is so big. His green suit, he has muscles through his coat. God, he can still play. Anyway, that's why that's a shame. Stephen A. Smith, you suck.
He does suck, man. My That's a Shame this week is going to be all the stuff that just came out in this documentary. Why is my audio on? In the documentary about the Red Sox with Jaron Duran literally attempting to kill himself during the 2022 season, which sucks. And I read what he actually said during it. I didn't watch it. He literally had his rifle in a bullet and pulled the trigger, heard it click, and for some reason didn't go off. And
wow, I didn't
had
know
to look
anything
at
about
him.
this.
Had to look him. I didn't learn about this till last night.
I was reading about this earlier on ESPN. It's pretty
and
crazy.
like literally went and looked himself in the mirror and was like, "All right, is this a sign? Do you want to be here or not?" And that was during the 2022 MLB season. So that's nuts. And that coming on the we just learned about that on the tail end of also with Brian Mattis and stuff like that during this offseason, which I kind of wish they would do a little bit more to recognize him in the Oriole world. I know there was some other stuff going on there, but we can still give a little bit more recognition to him. So, but that's about it.
Yeah. My That's a Shame is a little bit more lighthearted.
Thank you.
Thank God.
Brooks has a friend named Ryan McCormick, but this is not him. There's a golfer on the Korn Ferry Tour named Ryan McCormick who has got terrible anger issues. Did you guys see this? He taped his mouth shut during the round because he couldn't stop yelling the F word at himself.
This guy's a moron.
He said, I figured I'd shut myself up. I've tried a lot of things, so I just put tape over my mouth.
It looks like he used like Scotch tape, like he used duct tape or something.
You should have used that like hostage tape that people use to sleep. But yeah, it's just funny. I thought it was so funny because there's a couple guys on tour that are giant hotheads, and this guy's obviously one of them. And you can tell, if you play golf, how frustrating it can be, especially if you're terrible like we are. And these guys are the best golfers in the world, and they still get so angry at this little stupid ball. And it's just
white stupid ball. It's just sitting there.
I just thought it was hilarious. If you haven't seen it, just go on, just type in Ryan McCormick mouth tape on wherever. It's hilarious.
Chris, we even put it on a tee, and all you gotta do is hit it straight down the fairway. And I can't fucking do it.
How can I hit a moving ball better than I can hit a stationary ball?
I know. It drives me. I think that's what's the most frustrating part about it.
Yeah,
just sitting there. All you gotta do is just. I mean, I could sit there and just take half swings probably, and just put it down the course better sometimes. Christ,
but yeah, anyway, Katie, I thought that was hilarious.
Katie and I, it was great. I mean, I was like, this guy's a moron. Katie and I went to the driving range the other day up in Mountain Branch, and she's like, yeah, I haven't swung a golf club since I was like 18. My dad got me a set or something like that. This woman goes out there and just hits the ball straight every freaking time, 125 yards, never misses. I thought she was
playing old man golf. She's playing old man golf, and it's good.
Freddie Couples out there, man.
We're gonna get to this, Joe, but he's not the favorite on the one that we're looking at.
Yeah,
but he's second favorite.
He's second, yeah.
So, but yeah, also, I miss Terrell Hatton. I want to see the outbursts again.
I know. Well, there's a new guy on tour named Toasty who's insane, and he does the same shit.
Yeah,
and all this
shit. About that.
You ever play with a person that is like crazy on the course, like slamming their clubs and shit?
Yeah, I want to play with them again.
I've been that person before. Not that bad, but yeah, I've seen people throw clubs and all that stuff. It's actually a really funny story. On hole 15 at War Admiral on Glen Riddle's golf course. My buddy Brian Mayhew had a brand new M2 driver. He had swung it maybe 10 times. This is 5 years ago. And he's just having the worst day ever. And he swings his ball just duck hook straight left into shit. And he flung his club like this. And I swear to God, to this day,
it was still there when we played.
It's still there.
Driver is still wedged in this tree. It has survived several nor'easters. It is crazy. It is literally. It could not be more perfectly lodged in between like these these like branches that kind of go like this in the tree, and it just will not budge. So
Dusty
one
and I
day,
played last year, I think.
Yeah, one day at some point we got to take a football there and just try to throw it at it and try to get it down. But that thing is probably dead as shit. It's been outside for 4 years in a tree.
Yeah, Dusty and I played there last year, and he pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like it's literally, like it's wedged. Like I think if you went up there and got above it and tried to pull it out, it's probably still going to be a little bit tough to get out.
It's like locked in.
That's impressive.
It's built into the structure of the tree now.
Yeah, it's growing into the tree. I might have just found a replacement. That's a shame.
Okay. What does he look like? 600 years old.
The
Did he smoke crack?
Talking Yankees put this out, and the caption they put on it said Cody Bellinger versus chicken wings is the greatest rivalry of 2025. So I'm assuming, I don't know if this has happened multiple times this year or something, but I just saw this. Yeah, it looks like a crackhead. I'm assuming that's doctored up a little bit. So
yeah, probably. There's no way that is just what Cody Bellinger looks like.
Yeah, that's filtered. I got 2 good golf stories. One, you guys already know this one, but I literally watched a guy. He had a Maverick hybrid, and he couldn't hit it all fucking day. And he literally goes, "If I swing and I don't hit this in the fairway, you can have this club." And I'm like, okay. And he hit it into the shit. And I have a Maverick hybrid number 3. It's pretty awesome. Also, the really good one is when we had it was the St. Gerard's golf outing. Our buddy Chris Merrick, who's been on the podcast before, it started to downpour rain, and he swung his driver. It's 2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago, yeah.
He swings his driver and it goes into the water. And this guy who we didn't even know, I think it was like Sean Foy's friend or Drew's friend, just unsheathes. He just takes his clothes off, just jumps in and goes and gets the driver. We're like, this guy's awesome.
We have videos. We have videos.
Somebody sent it to me and I'll pull it up.
It was a monsoon. I'd have to go through my phone. It was 2 years ago, and I don't have it. But we'll try to pull it up and post it on social or something like that.
This guy's just, he's backstroking to go get Chris's, driver.
I couldn't believe that when you guys, because I didn't play. I haven't played in the St. Gerard's outing in the last few years. And when I saw this video come across, I was like, "Holy shit!"
That was awesome.
And and the story's even better because the guy won like $150,000 the day prior on like some like random crazy parlay or something. Like this guy just didn't give a fuck. It was awesome. I forget his name. He's a really nice guy.
He was the dude at the bachelor party, wasn't he? Or he didn't?
Yeah, he was there. No, he was at the bachelor party. Yeah,
the kid at the bachelor party. That's right.
He's got a tattoo that says "West by God," and it's just the shape of West Virginia on it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Good dude. He was at Foy's wedding as well. Let's go to Masters stuff, and then we'll finish with Orioles stuff. You guys want to do that?
Okay. Cool.
So it's Masters weeks. It's Masters week this week, guys. Hello, friends.
Hello.
How exciting is this week for you guys? I know it's like my favorite week of the year. Do you guys get super into it? Do you watch Thursday through Sunday, or you just kind of watch the weekend rounds? How do you guys take in the Masters?
I do everything. Par 3 all the way through.
All the way.
Yeah, I watch everything. I got the app on my phone, so if I'm out and about doing stuff, or if we're doing family stuff somewhere, I got it pulled up. That's wherever I'm at.
Yeah. We've got odds for the guys who are going to be competing. The number one guy, favorite, should I say, is Scottie Scheffler. He is the defending champion. He has not won a golf tournament yet this year, and his putter has been a big reason why. Always a big problem for him. His last outing, he did come in the top. He came in second. Yeah, he tied for second.
What's his dinner, Brooks? Can you pull that up? What his dinner menu is?
It's the exact same menu as last year. The exact same.
Is it? They said it's the cheapest one in like a long time, though.
You're kidding.
You mean 2 years ago? I guess. No, he won. Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah. I'm pulling it up right now. Actually.
Wait, steak and potatoes. I mean,
no, it actually looks awesome. I'm pulling it up.
Barbecue. He's a Texas guy.
Yeah. Texas chili and something else.
So here it is.
What we got here.
Hopefully you can see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cheeseburger sliders, firecracker shrimp, meatball and ravioli bites, chili, and then you get a ribeye or black and red fish, and then the chocolate chip skillet cookie is just, I mean, the Cookie Monster from Bill Bateman's.
Chef's kiss.
I mean, it's just
Chef's
the best.
kiss.
It's just
R.I.P. Bill Bateman's, but
yeah, R.I.P. Yeah, jalapeno cream corn. Never had that, but it sounds amazing.
Sounds delicious.
Chipotle lime roasted potatoes. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great dinner.
Hungry.
This is almost the exact same menu that he had a couple years ago, and he was just. They asked him about it. He was just like, "I just loved it." So,
I'm not a big firecracker shrimp guy. Are you guys?
What is that like? Boom boom shrimp?
Like boom boom shrimp, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't order it very often though.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It's good. But yeah, Scottie Scheffler, defending champion, and the next highest guy on the list here is Rory McIlroy, who's famously never won this golf tournament. Had a chance there in like 2010 or 11 or whatever it was. But he has won 2 golf tournaments this year in America. He also won overseas in Dubai earlier this year. This is the best start to a season he's ever had in his PGA Tour career. So it makes sense that he would be in that top group. Also, fun stat from Rory McIlroy: in his last 42 major starts, so this is the last 11 years, he's only missed 2 majors in the last 11 years. He has 24 top 10 finishes in those 42 starts. And that is by far the most of anybody who has not won any. So he's super consistent. He's playing the best golf of his career right now, in my opinion. So I do think he should be in that top group odds wise. It makes sense.
I'm rooting for him. He's golf's ambassador right now. I mean, he has really carried the mantle. I want him to win this damn tournament so bad.
I totally agree with you, and I know the other guy on the podcast does not. But yeah, I'm in the same boat here. The next crop of guys: John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, who won 2 majors last year, but is kind of coming off a little bit of an injury, and then Bryson DeChambeau, who came in second in the PGA last year and famously won the U.S. Open at Pinehurst last year when Rory decided he didn't feel like making 2-foot putts anymore.
I mean, if we're going to do it, we might as well get into it. We're talking about the odds, right?
Yeah, dude.
You want to get into it?
Just do it. Just play it. Come on.
Play the damn song.
It never gets old.
The damn song.
It's just the best. It's the best. All right. So
I remember the table you were sitting at when you looked like that, when you had your phone out.
I think I've heard that I was dangerously close to having the sleeves cut off of that.
You were.
Very close.
You sure were.
There was a lot of contemplation about cutting those sleeves off.
There was a crawfish boil going on. I was dipping my hands in there pretty aggressively. I heard. Anyway, you guys have never had a drink before. It's fun.
I might have to change it for the most recent one at the Cork Bar.
Yeah, that one was bad too. It might have happened yesterday. Who knows?
I mean, you eating food and being absolutely obliterated is etched in my brain, because like when you ate someone else's fucking club sandwich and you had no shoes on in Ocean City and you were just dumping a cold cut all over the ground.
Yeah, I had Delaware Dave's keys in my pocket the whole time. He was gonna homicide me. Yeah.
He was not a happy camper.
No, he was not. He was not.
He called me. He called and bitched me out, thinking I had his
me
keys.
too. I had multiple voicemails yelling about your damn brother.
I just remember I woke up on the couch the next day. There was Alito's pizza on the counter, and there was cheddar horseradish chips from Royal Farms, and there were several bags of them. I had never had them before, and I was going to town on those things.
They're so delicious.
So good. I love horseradish. Anyway, today's snake draft is it's Masters week, so we're all going to pick 5 golfers, and the lowest score to par wins.
Again, we need your input on some losing, what losers need to do. This is going to be another one where the loser has to pay up some kind of something. We also need a losers say whatever Dusty needs to do for the tournament bracket for coming in
I
last.
guess,
So we'll put out another bird call today we have a couple coming in, but I want to keep them coming in just so we have a good amount to choose from.
Yeah.
And no tattoos. There's been a couple of those.
No,
I'm not kidding. We're not
no,
tattooing. We're not shaving our heads. We're not shaving our eyebrows off.
No.
Well, I'll do some punishment stuff, but I'm not gonna.
Like you have to wear a bra on the podcast or something. Like just a bra. I'm just making shit up here. But.
I don't know, but shout out to Drew Burton for winning $4,000 yesterday, and we might be doing the 999 challenge from a box suite.
What happened?
I'm sorry. Wait. Can we go rewind? Go. What?
Do I? Drew Burton.
I have no idea.
Drew Burton won the bracket. Well, won the block pool yesterday for the national championship game, and I think he won $4,000 for it.
Oh my God! Good for him.
What? The St. Gerard's one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was either St. Gerard's or Delaware's, one or the other.
That's awesome.
Deli's wasn't that much. Deli's is $25 a buck. So.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do our Masters draft. The way we're going to do this is we're going to do a draft or snake draft style like we always do. We're going to pick 5 golfers, and the lowest combined score to par will win. We have decided that missed cut will be an automatic +10. So if you have a guy who misses the cut, that's going to add +10 to your score. So obviously going to be trying to pick the best golfers we can here. We are at the end going to give you guys some long shots and stuff like that too. But for the purposes of the draft, we're going to try to pick the best golfers.
Well, no, we're going to do 5 best, and then we each have to pick one long shot at the end.
Yeah, our 6 guys a long. 6 guys a long shot. Yeah.
Okay. So we can do that.
Is our long shot going to count against us, or are we just kind of dicking around with the long shot?
No, it counts.
Let's do it. Let's make it count. I think that'll make it fun. And the definition we are using for long shot is somebody who has 100 to 1 odds or worse. Basically.
Or worse. Yeah.
So yeah. I am the first pick in the draft because I won last week's snake draft, which was best ballpark foods because I didn't pick Polish cannonballs.
Yeah, I just not. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I
don't know how
you can't have a list without hot dogs, right?
Yeah, I mean, you were kind of you had like the number 1 overall seed by far.
By the way, well done with the picture of the girl eating cotton candy. That was.
Dude, I typed in ballpark cotton candy, and I still like the second picture on Google, and I was laughing so hard. I was like, I have to use this picture.
I mean, that's probably why I lost some votes. Is that picture alone?
Yeah. All right. So I have first pick. Who's going second? Who's going third? Brian, are you going third?
Yeah,
I'm going third. I got the wrap.
All right. Yeah, the number 1 pick here almost certainly should be Scottie Scheffler. He is the defending champion. But for reasons we have talked about earlier, I am going to go with Rory McIlroy. I'm rooting the hardest for him to win this tournament. And I just think, once again, he's playing the best golf he's ever played. And this is a guy who's one of the best golfers in the history of the game. Mm-hmm. So I just think the recent form and I mean, he does have a ton of pressure on him, more pressure than any other player in the field to win this tournament or to perform well. But I think he can handle it, and I think his game is in the best place it's ever been going into this tournament. So I'm going with Rory as my number 1, and that means Brooks is almost certainly going to get Scottie at number 2 unless he doesn't want him.
Yeah, what a loser. What a loser. Everybody says this every year that he's in the best form we've seen going into this tournament. Give me Scottie Scheffler. The guy's going to finish top 5 no matter what.
He's minus money to come in the top 5. It's crazy.
That's nuts.
It's bananas. Nuts. Minus 250 top 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. So Brooks is taking Scottie Scheffler number 2. Brian gets a wrap here. What are you going? You're going to go with some live guys? You're going to take Golf Lundgren down there at Ludwig?
I'm going Ludwig Ober.
He's taking him. Golf Lundgren. Ludwig Ober.
Yeah, Ludwig.
Yeah, I think he came in second in this tournament last year.
Might be the last one John Daly's at.
I'm also going to take Mr. Tommy Fleetwood. I firmly believe he's going to win a major this year.
40 to 1. All right.
Tommy Fleetwood. Wow, over some of the guys still on the board is crazy. I like it though. He is good generally in this tournament.
He is.
Brooks.
Give me Juan Rahm.
Juan Rahm. Okay.
Juan Rahm.
John Rahm, if you guys don't pay attention to Liv, I think has played in 6 tournaments this year, and he's come in the top 6 in all 6 of them. So he's definitely in good
Playing
form,
well.
and he has won this tournament before, and he's also won a U.S. Open.
This would be a good one because I
Ooh,
feel like
One chip
Dusty
challenge.
likes,
Ooh, I like that. I like
I'm
that.
Dusty
in.
likes
I have
spicy stuff.
so actually upstairs I have the last
The
dab
sauce,
hot
right?
sauce. I have the
Mhm.
last dab hot sauce that they use on hot ones, which is one of the hottest hot sauces in the world. So if you guys want me to do something with that, I can do that.
No,
Nice.
you're ordering the chip.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just I already have a super hot thing available.
Well, no, we're doing the actual one chip challenge.
Okay, fine. Just letting you know. So he's going John Rahm. He's got Scheffler and Rahm, who are the last two guys to win this tournament. Don't think that's a bad start for Brooks's team. In every other major this year, I will like Bryson DeChambeau, but he is just not good at this course. He's just
He played well last year, though, didn't he?
He played well last year, but I was listening to a golf podcast.
It's the best he's ever played.
They were discussing how the conditions last year were pretty wet, and it kind of allowed him to hold the greens a little bit better than he is usually able to at this place. So I think that's part of the reasoning. But he obviously is one of the most talented guys in the world. I'm not going to be taking him for this team. I am going to take Xander Schauffele. The guy won 2 majors last year. I know he's had the best start to the season because he had the injury earlier in the year. But the guy is just too good, and he consistently performs well at Augusta in particular. So I have to take him here. And I get a wraparound. I get 2 here, and it's so hard to spell Schauffele. Holy shit.
Well, also, I think the conditions are going to be wet again this year because they shut down everything yesterday because of rain, like the patrons and everything, and gave refunds to people. So
I'm gonna look and see what the weather is going to look like for the rest of the weekend.
Obviously, we're a long way away from Thursday in terms of yesterday, but
I think it's just gonna be nice. I think I heard that, like Scott Van Pelt or something saying it's just gonna be nice.
Yeah, I'm going to look up the weather, but I'm going to pick my other guy here first. So I have Rory and Schauffele. Those guys are off the board. Give me Hideki Matsuyama, a guy who won the Genesis this year. He won the Genesis earlier this year at Torrey Pines. He's obviously been playing pretty good golf, and he has won this tournament before. The guy below him was really intriguing to me, but I'm going to take Hideki off the board because I just think the guy's too good.
Hideki Matsuhuman. So John Human.
One of the coolest moments ever was when his caddy pulled the flag and bowed to the course after he won. It was so awesome.
Really cool.
But yeah, anyway. Brooks, it's your turn.
Since you guys hate all the favorites, give me Colin Morikawa. You guys are just leaving them on the board for me. I gotta take them. I
don't hate it, dude. The problem is the guy just cannot play golf on Sundays, man. He sucks on Sundays.
But I mean, if you're gonna leave the top the 3 of the top 4 there for me, I gotta take them.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't blame you at all. It's just I think the guy is gonna compete and probably perform pretty well. The problem is I don't think
this is about the lowest combined score, guys.
You're right.
You gave me the top 3 or 4. What do we do?
We are shitting ourselves right now, Dusty.
Oh no, man! I'm liking my squad. I like our guys.
Yeah,
I like our guys.
I'm notoriously plays well at Augusta. I'm gonna take Brooks Koepka.
Never won though.
No, never won.
He just plays well in the majors, man. He's just the fiend of the majors.
Yeah.
His name is always in the running.
I'm gonna go a little off the cuff too. I'm gonna go Tony Finau. Seems to play well at Masters on a regular basis.
Tony Finau had a hole-in-one last week.
No.
Did he really?
Yeah. He had a hole-in-one in Texas last week. I don't think he made a charge or anything, but he did make a hole-in-one. So just a quick update on the weather. Thursday, 77, partly cloudy. Friday, 73 and morning showers. Saturday, 67, partly cloudy. And Sunday, 73 and sunny. So it looks like it's pretty much going to be perfect weather. Maybe Friday could get a little weird, but it doesn't look too bad for Augusta this weekend. I think the worst of it is out of the way right now. So, yeah. Don't take Vijay Singh because he has withdrawn from the tournament due to an injury. He's also not going to compete anyway if he did.
Yeah, he was pretty bad last year. I remember that.
Yeah. So Brooks, you get one here. Fee now has been picked. Who you got?
Bryson, give me 4 of the top 6, baby.
God,
you guys are morons. You guys are morons.
Cleaning up here, dude.
Honestly,
you're giving me this one.
I like Bryson. I think he's done a really good job recreating his image, and he's done. I like him, and I think he's a great golfer. But I think he's more likely to miss the cut than make it in this tournament.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a wild card.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, it's obviously he's one of the best golfers in the world. So
I just don't like him on this course. I'm sorry, I just don't like him. I don't know why he's got that great.
I could seriously see him missing the cut, or I could see him winning the tournament. That's how wild I think how much of a wild card I think he is.
Yeah,
he just plays better at the longer courses, like Bethpage Black and stuff like that. Augusta is notorious and known for being very, very small. So
no rough. Which helps a lot of the ball strikers. It specifically helps your boy Ludwig Aberg because he is terrible out of the rough, and there is no rough at Augusta, so he's going to be all good.
need some putters too.
Okay, so I'm going to take Jordan Spieth. He just shouldn't be on the board anymore. He's consistently one of the best players at this course. He's having a pretty good year after that wrist surgery he had in the offseason. He's collecting some top 20s. He's in good form. He always has one bad day. And we know Jordan Spieth's game. He's going to hit it all over the place, and he's going to make crazy shots and some terrible shots. But really going to be a fun guy to watch. And I'm going to go down the board a little bit here for my last guy on my team. I'm going to take Shane Lowry. The guy's been playing really good golf here this year, and he played well in the last couple of years at this tournament. I like him a lot. I love him as a person, and I'm rooting for him hard, and I think he's going to play well. So I like him. I'm taking him.
How did you not take a Canadian?
It was between Corey Connors and Shane Lowry, and I had to go with Shane Lowry. I like him a little better this week. Still a lot of really good talented players on the board here, guys. Justin Thomas just sitting there for somebody if they want him. Brooks, who you got?
Somebody.
Is it going to be for you?
Yeah, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know, man. Look, I like it. I think your team is really good, but I don't know, man.
They're all going to miss a cut.
Something else we need to start thinking about here. What does the winner get for coming in first in these? Because I'm hoping to blow you guys away in this one.
Bragging rights, satisfaction.
Sure, it's more fun. Yeah, the satisfaction seeing the loser do whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe the winner just picks the punishment for the loser.
I like that.
The top guy picks the punishment for the bottom guy.
That's cool. Not a bad idea.
Out of all the suggestions that we get, he gets to pick out of the suggestions or something.
I'm good with
that.
All right,
Brian, finish off your team here, and then we're going to give some long shots.
Gotcha. I'm going to go with Mr. Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Wow. Not a guy I thought was going to get drafted, especially with some other guys on the board. But he's a major winner. He won it in Boston a couple years ago at the U.S. Open and hit one of the best fairway bunker shots I've ever seen in that tournament. So, yeah. He's also on the cover of the new video game. Him and Max Homa.
Really?
Yeah. Him, Max Homa, and Tiger. I've been playing the shit out of that. So the long shots, do you guys want to keep doing that snake draft style? So Brian gets the first one and then we'll go backwards up.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I can't imagine we're all going to pick. Look, I know this is absolutely crazy, but he always makes the cut. I'm taking Freddie Boom Boom. I'm taking Fred Couples.
Wow.
Fred, he's got the streak. He's got the streak still.
What is really
what I'm trying to avoid is guys missing the cut. So, and Freddie Couples makes it every fucking year.
Yeah, you're right.
He's 2,000 to 1 to win the tournament. He's the second worst player in the field, according to them.
He just makes the cut every single time. He hits it 250 yards right down the middle every time.
Oh man. Brooks, who's your long shot?
I am looking through right now. Smart money says Tom Kim, but
I like Billy Horschel there.
DJ at 130 to 1. He won this tournament.
Billy Horschel's been playing well.
He's been playing well.
He played really well on TGL.
Justin Rose has been playing well the last little less than a year. Sam Burns is in here too. Brian Harmon.
Brian Harmon won this week, by the way.
Give me DJ. Actually, no, don't. Yeah, give me DJ. I'll be rooting for him.
Okay. Takes Dustin Johnson at 130 to 1. My guy for this, I almost put Dustin Rothschild. That's not his name. That's my name. My guy for this category is going to be at 200 to 1, and that's Harris English. There is no reason Harris English should be 200 to 1.
Yeah.
He comes in the top 20 every fucking week. He is one of the best golfers in the world that nobody talks about. I don't get why he is below a guy like JT Poston or Cam Young or Thomas Detry, who's been playing good golf. But like, why is Harris English so low? I don't get it. I like Harris English a lot. His top 20 number, I think, is like 2 to 1 or something like that. I'm going to be hammering that. I like it. I like him a lot.
So just for reference, I really wanted to go with Sahith here.
Yeah.
That's I'm a little upset that I ended up going with DJ, but I already picked. But
some other guys that like on the screen right now, Christian Bezadenhout is fucking awesome. The Hoyes guards, they could win. They're incredibly talented. They can win any golf tournament they enter. And Tom Hoagie, this is a second shot golf course. Tom Hoagie's one of the best ball strikers in the world. He's top 10 every year in ball striking, especially from longer, which you're going to have to do a lot of at this course. 300 to 1 for him. I mean, throw $5 on that.
You never know what you're going to get out of this guy. He's super inconsistent, but he could tear it up too. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sponsored by Major League Baseball, though, which is the coolest thing ever.
Wow.
And this somebody should be throwing money on this.
And I had Billy Horschel.
Sanjay. Somebody should throw money on Sanjay.
Yeah. Rosie, 110 to 1. He always plays well at the Masters. Like him. Daniel Berger's been playing good golf. I mean, Phil, it's kind of a joke, but Phil's been playing really well on Live, and he knows a thing or two about winning this tournament. I feel
Where's the McCarthy? Denny McCarthy. This could be a good pick too. Like Dustin was saying, he's a Maryland guy.
Yeah, he's from Rockville. Yeah. I bet Dusty could make the cut. I don't think so.
Oh, there was a good. If you started on this has come up on like so many podcasts. If you started on the green on every single hole at the Masters, could you win the Masters?
So the question is, if you start on the green as far away as possible from the hole on every hole,
from the hardest
at the
position
Masters,
or something,
from the hardest position, do you think you could win the Masters? And honestly,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, you're going to have you're going to make a couple of 2s, but you're going to make a couple 6s and 7s for sure.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be some balls put off the green down 50 yards of slope off.
Yeah. You're going to be, I was going to say, you're not going to just be using a putter, unfortunately.
Yeah. So if you're at the top of the green on hole 9 and the pin's at the front, there is literally no way that you could stop the ball before it ran off the green. And if you run off that green, it would probably go 100 yards.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not hitting a 100-yard shot at Augusta.
By the way, I watched the video. Don't show because we'll get demonetized. But I watched the video of Ernie Els from like 2008 or something. He 7-putted from 2 feet away.
Yeah. I remember it.
He shot a 10.
It hurts your heart every time.
It's brutal. I'm getting sad just talking about it.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's we're gonna talk a little bit more Masters probably on Thursday on the Thursday pod. But that's our draft. Run over the teams again. My team is Rory, Schauffele, Matsuyama, Jordan Spieth, Shane Lowry, and my long shot is Harris English. Brooks's team: Scottie Scheffler, John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, Justin Thomas, and Dustin Johnson. That's a sick fucking team. And then Brian's guys: Ludwig Oberg, Tommy Fleetwood, Brooks Koepka, Tony Finau, Matt Fitzpatrick, and his long shot is Freddie Couples, which
Freddie Boom Boom, baby.
I respect, but I do not agree with. Also, Bernard Langer has announced
he's not going to get a plus 10.
Bernard Langer has announced this will be the last Masters that he's going to compete in. And he has made the cut like basically every year. And I would assume he's going to be extra motivated to try to make the cut this year. I think he's like 2 or 3 to 1 just to make the cut. And I kind of like that. So if you're looking for more, like parlay legs or something like that, throw him in there to make the cut with your parlay. See what happens.
I wonder if Fred could still make the cut, and shoot more than +10. Like, would it behoove him not to make for Brian to go with somebody else who doesn't make the cut?
Shit, I didn't think of it like that.
Brooks is the Dodgers of Masters picking. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, they gave it to me. I gotta take what you're given, right?
I mean,
look, I don't hate it. I think you got 6 guys who could legitimately win this tournament on your team.
But the Masters is also one of those notorious tournaments where people just come out of like left field, like Danny Willett. Who the hell's Danny Willett? And he won.
Yeah.
Like Mike Weir.
An amateur could make a run. Like Neil Shipley last year was semi.
Yeah. Dude, I got so many texts about that guy because everyone thought he looked like me. About
dude.
that guy's awesome, by the way.
You look like Neil Shipley, and Chris Merrick looks like fucking Michael Greller, Jordan Spieth's caddy.
Oh yeah, he does. Holy shit.
Well, the other thing is about this tournament, like the scores are never like super, super low. So even if you win the tournament, it's usually not a runaway.
Yeah. I'm in a pool, and
it's not -25.
Yeah, I'm in a pool. The tiebreaker is the winning score, and I picked -11. It's usually somewhere around 10, between 10 and 15. I think when Tiger won, it was 13 or 14 under. Yeah, it's usually around.
I think Scheffler had the biggest, or maybe Rahm. Yeah. It was recently, one of the recent ones.
The best guy odds wise on the board that didn't get picked. There's 3 guys tied at 40-1. No, he did get picked by Brooks. Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay, and Joaquin Niemann.
Cantlay's playing well right now.
Cantlay's playing well, and he always plays well here, but he never wins. But if you're just trying to go for low score, honestly, Cantlay was probably a better pick than Shane Lowry, and I probably should have taken him, but I don't like him. Also, Sergio Garcia is on a fucking manic tour to try to make the Ryder Cup team and has been playing excellent golf on LIV and all over the world. He's been playing Asian tours, European tour events, just trying to get points to get in the Ryder Cup pool. And he's won this tournament before. He usually plays well here. So if you're looking for a guy down the board, Sergio might be a good guy to look at. And once again, hate that guy. So I hate saying that. But if you're into making money, he could be a guy that could make you some money. Wyndham Clark should not be 90-1. He should be like 40 or 50-1. That's also crazy. Can't believe nobody picked him either. But anyway, that's our Masters draft. We'll keep track of that, and we'll post each day. We'll post the scores on our Instagram and Twitter, and let you guys know who's in the lead. And we're going to be rooting for some weird stuff to happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, everybody's playing pretty well in that division. Joe did call that the Dodgers were not going to come in first in that division, but I mean, the Padres, them and the Padres are neck and neck.
And Arizona and San Francisco are great teams. I mean, I think.
I know. I agree. It's
anyway,
bloodbath over there.
While we transition into baseball here, the biggest news of the week baseball-wise was this Vladimir Guerrero Jr. contract, 14 years, I believe, $500 million. No deferrals. And do we have information on opt-outs? There's no opt-outs, really.
That's what I read. I was looking at a TV screen headline, so I haven't dove into like anything else, but I saw on a TV screen that it said no opt-outs at all.
I'm gonna be looking that up because he gets a no trade clause.
He did? I was wondering about that.
But I haven't seen any information about opt-outs. On Reddit, the Toronto Blue Jays Reddit, it says no opt-outs, but I haven't heard it from anybody.
I was eating lunch somewhere and like the restaurant on the TV screen that had it up, but I can't remember. I don't think it was MLB Network though. Yahoo
Sports also reported no opt-outs. So we don't know for sure, but it looks like probably no opt-outs, which is kind of crazy because I didn't think it was going to be like that. We were talking when the contract details came out in the group chat that we would expect to opt-outs. What do you guys think about this contract in general? First off, do you think they're going to sign Bichette as well? This is obviously great for the Blue Jays. He's the best first baseman in the league. What do you guys think about the contract overall? Third biggest contract in MLB history behind Ohtani and Soto.
I think it's a great deal. I think it's a bargain. I hate to say $500 million is a bargain.
I think it's 35 and some change a year. So it seems fair, right? Am I wrong here thinking that this seems a little bit fair?
Yeah,
it seems fair. I think it's a win-win for the team and for the player.
It's just they're gonna lose 3 years at the end, probably, if I had to guess, especially when conditioning is an issue with this guy already early in his career.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 14-year deal. He's 26, so that's a 40,
I know, it'll be
40 years old.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna lose 3 years at the end, more than likely, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess
Why?
he could turn it around, right? Who knows? I don't want to be that negative about it, but
yeah.
Why are these deals so long? 14 years?
I think it's just to spread the money out, honestly. Especially with no deferrals, they're going to have to spread the money out, especially if they want to sign Bo Bichette. And they were really aggressive in free agency. I would imagine they're going to continue that. I think they want to spend, but the problem is I don't think a lot of players want to go to Toronto.
it's also the motivation for the player too, in terms of like, did Vlad want a long-term guaranteed this is it kind of deal, or did he want to get like a higher AAV and test the market again here in a couple of years?
I mean, you're right.
Look, when Bryce Harper signed his 13-year deal for $330 million with the Phillies, we thought that was a ton of money. And now looking at that deal, it's pretty much no money for Bryce Harper. But it's it's only like 20-some million a year with these guys getting these contracts. So, I mean, looking back at this contract, maybe 5, 6, 7 years from now, we're going to say, wow, $500 million, that might be a bargain, because I think there might be players making freaking $1 billion by then. I mean, there might not be either, but yeah, I mean, good for the Blue Jays.
Salary caps come in or not.
Good for the Blue Jays. They needed a win after literally striking out on every free agent. They've offered every major free agent over the past 2 years, and they just haven't gotten anyone.
They got Santander.
Yeah, they got Santander. They trade for Andres Jimenez. They get Max Scherzer, who gets hurt in his first game.
I wanted to see, is there an update on Scherzer at all?
So I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything either. Well, and what did he go on, like a 10-day? Did he go on like a 30-day? Like, what's he on?
I'm not 100% sure.
And if there was testing done, I just didn't follow up on it at all.
Speaking of IL stuff, though, we got to talk about some unfortunate Orioles news. Albert Suarez looks like he's going to the 60-day, no surgery, but just going to be rest. This comes after he was his velo was down. He was kind of getting shelled in spring in his first outing of the year. What do you guys think about the Suarez injury? Do we think this could be the last we've seen of him in the orange and black? Yeah.
It's for lack of a better term, it's a rotator cuff strain. And if I know strain sounds a whole lot better, right? But a strain is still a tear. It's just a little less
severe.
Yeah, he's not going to need surgery. So I don't think he pitches again this year. And he's in another ARB year probably with us, or he's just done after this year. I don't know his contract status.
It's probably just done.
Yeah.
I brought this up beforehand before we started.
It sucks because he helped us a ton last year.
He was our most valuable player, most likely. But this seems like we have a fucking rage of injuries, especially pitchers. Is this an organizational?
And it's all shoulders too, right? Grayson was a shoulder or lat it's up there, right? It's not nobody. It's the elbow stuff was last year. This is all upper arm.
That's what I mean.
Right?
I mean, it's not this year. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that's why it's not like a systemic thing, because it's different stuff.
I mean, it's happening all over the league, and it has for the last couple of years. But I mean, Eflin with the shoulder, we'll talk about that now, and Suarez with the shoulder, and Grayson with the lat. And that's been an ongoing issue with the Grayson. Is it tricep? I thought it was a lat.
Yeah, his stuff last year was a lat. This year it's the tricep stuff.
Okay.
He got a cortisone shot and he's throwing now. I don't think he's made a start yet. Gibson's supposed to be starting, or he made his first start here recently in the last couple of days. He's going to do 3 or 4 starts. Obviously, I don't know where Grayson is on his throwing program, but I mean,
so we don't have Eflin. We assume Eflin's probably going to be taking like a 10 or 15-day DL stint here, but we don't know that yet. Is that what you guys expect? That's what I'm expecting.
That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
Based on everything I've read.
Brooks?
Yeah. I think he misses a start or 2. I'm wondering, I don't think they'll send him down for a rehab start. I think this is similar to what happened last year. A little bit of shoulder inflammation / dead arm, probably a little bit on top of there. Because I got to toot my own horn a little bit last night, But as soon as he came out, because everybody was freaking out on Twitter about 73 pitches and Hyde's take him out and they're jumping down his throat, which I haven't been happy with Hyde recently anyway either. And after he was talking about like using the bullpen a ton, and then everyone's like, oh, now we're going to use the bullpen to get him reps because it's time to get him reps. And we're taking this guy out after 73, after 6. And I'm like, guys, his velo last 2 outings was concerning to me, and I brought it up multiple times on multiple platforms. And I said, I don't know if it's anything or not. It could just be nothing, but it's something to keep an eye on. And same thing with CNL. I think CNL has something going on, and he's not saying anything. But yeah, it was just something to keep an eye on. I'm glad. Well, I guess we'll see. They're doing more testing, so hopefully there's no strains or anything in there. I assume this is just going to be inflammation, and he'll be good to go. I hope so.
Yeah, but if you look, the velo was 87, 89 kind of area, and we know Zach Eflin's probably more of a 92, 93 kind of guy. So Brooks did rightly point it out. So we kind of knew something was up, or we had a feeling that something was up. And yeah, he's it looks like he's probably going to miss a start. If he misses a start, who's coming up? Is it Gibby or is it?
I think this could be a good call here by Sean. I think Young might be the next one that's available right now to come back up. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. Perez's days are numbered right now. I don't think it's a trade. I think its days are numbered because something's going to come out with an injury here soon. That's my opinion. So who knows if it's right or not, but something doesn't look right there. And I said something didn't look right during spring training when we were watching him try to throw whatever he was trying to work on there. But I was completely wrong about Soto. That's for sure. He looks amazing.
Yeah, he does.
But I guess back on this to start, it's probably going to be Young. If I had to guess, I like that prediction. And Gibby's not. He's going to at least make 3 starts, and if he hasn't made a start yet, or if he's only made 1, I just don't think there's enough time to get him here. So it's got to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good call by you, Sean. I think that's probably the right call. He pitched halfway decent during, and he was one of the last guys to get sent down here in the right before the beginning of the year. I'd like to see somebody had stats up after the first couple starts or first start in the minors too. So I'd like to see that as well.
Can we make any of our relievers long guys? Like it's Keegan Aiken. Keegan Aiken came up as a starter.
That's the other option, right? Because they have talked about this before that Keegan Aiken could be a spot start guy. But
so I'm literally looking over the stats right now, and I just remember Keegan Aiken coming up and starting.
This is where it's so valuable when you are in this situation to have like a Tyler Wells or an Albert Suarez who can kind of do both and give you a spot start here and there, even if it's only like a 4-inning start, because it's just so helpful to have those guys, and losing those guys to injuries really sucks, man. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what they end up doing. Brooks, you mentioned that you were frustrated with Hyde. I kind of went on a rampage about this too. I just don't get it. Like, I want him to see the top lefties, and I'm so sick of Mateo starting over him or Urea starting over him. That guy needs to play every day. I'm just done with the lefty, the matchup baseball for him specifically. Like that, I think that guy needs to be in the lineup every day. And hopefully the Orioles have heard all the frustrated fans. And honestly, maybe they don't care. And we were talking, maybe this is a front office thing more than a Hyde thing. Where are you guys at with Hyde this season? I know, Brooks, you said you're frustrated with him. And specifically to the Jackson Holiday point, where are you with that?
I'm more. I said in the group chat, I'm just frustrated with. I know we're very analytical and everything like that, but I mean, if we're going to be analytical about everything, then we can't just sit there and throw out a lazy lefty versus righty lineup or vice versa when you're showing a guy with reverse stats, and we all saw it, and it just doesn't make any sense. So you either just got to go one way or the other. And you also just got to get and Brian said this in the last podcast, you got to have your core guys be the guys that play a bunch, and obviously they're going to get off days, right? And you'll probably rotate which guys get off days, and then you're probably going to have a position out there that you're platooning. But it doesn't need to be every fucking position, man.
Yeah.
Like it's everybody's moving everywhere right now, and I get you're trying to feel it out and see where people are comfortable and where you like stuff, and this is probably the time to do it. But I mean, it straight up cost us the game 2 nights ago, which was frustrating. Say what you want, Povich should have nutted up and had his teammates back and got him out of that inning. That would have been great, but he's not in that situation if Mateo doesn't look like a jackass in the outfield.
99% chance, according to Fangraphs, on that ball should have been caught. 99% chance that ball was caught.
Yeah. So it's a two-way street, right? And people say like, oh, well, he's getting hit hard in the second inning, but it's a completely different game now. He just threw 28 pitches and is going the second time through the lineup now in the second inning. And it changes the whole dynamic, right? Should he pick up his guy and get out of the inning? Yes, but shouldn't have been there either. So
yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, you can't win baseball on a stat sheet. You need to have feel. Like the game is about feel, and
yeah,
I feel like Brandon Hyde is just shitting on this team right now. I don't think he's our manager throughout the duration of the season.
I'm a Hyde backer, and I'm a Hyde backer
too. I like Brandon Hyde as a manager. This year and late last year have soured me a little bit, and I don't know. I don't have a lot of confidence.
I understood it at the end of last year. You're trying to figure out something to get these guys going, right? And you just know guys aren't healthy. Nobody's healthy at that point in the season, but certain guys are going through some shit. You're just trying to mix and match and maybe get a spark here. You know what I mean? But right now, it seems like and people say this a lot on Twitter, like it seems like he's outthinking himself sometimes. And I feel that way, right? That's how it feels at the moment.
Yeah.
Like from what you said, Brian, it's nice. Like when you're Gunnar Henderson or you're Jackson Holiday, and those are your two mainstays up the middle. And you got to feel for the guy next to you and you know what they're going to do.
Yep.
If it's Mateo or if you're putting Jackson at short now and then Westberg at second, everyone's just kind of guessing here at times. And you kind of feel that way in the outfield at times too. Like with Kjerstad, I don't believe he lost that ball in the lights. I think he was begging for or he thought Seb was going to come call him off and he got apprehensive about it, which he should have just taken it. But it's his fault. It's his fault, but it's another situation where the guys aren't just comfortable with the guys next to him. Right.
It's the quarterback wide receiver relationship. Like you guys
exactly
do all that stuff. It's exactly what it is. You got
pitcher catcher relationship.
Exactly. It's the battery, right? I mean, in college, like I knew the guy who played second base would be right there and how far I needed to go at first. If I go outside of my realm, then that's on me. But there's so many moving parts right now. It just seems like we're discombobulated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like we're walking on eggshells at times on defense, which 2 years ago our defense was spectacular. And all the guys, I mean, you look at it on paper, these guys should be good defensively for the most part, besides like a couple. I mean, we know the liabilities in the outfield, but the infield and everything else in SETI and center should be basically set. And SETI should be the leader out there and probably trying to run down and take everything that he can.
Yeah.
And O'Neill. Honestly, O'Neill's not a bad outfielder. He looks like shit right now. He just looks like shit right now.
He's fast. He's athletic. He's got a good arm. He'll come around. He's just not playing well so far.
And he didn't. The cutoff stuff is another thing because like it's another one of those things where like you don't know where guys are going to throw it. You don't know like there's just little things that are going on right now that what Brian said, like people just don't look like they feel comfortable with the guys around them quite yet.
Yeah.
And some of it's just straight dumb where you just need to talk to them and be like, why the fuck are we throwing to that base?
Why are you missing two cut men? How do you miss two guys?
Or there's no cutoff men because you guys are in a Bermuda Triangle and just like get up and fire to home plate and keep them out of home plate, not second base.
Honestly, I was
just small stuff.
After the Mateo shit that happened in that KC game, I couldn't believe the lineup he ran out there last night had Kerstad in left and fucking O'Hearn in right. I just thought that was hilarious.
That's all Pigtown. He's like, this guy's trolling us now.
Yeah. And also Tyler O'Neill getting a random day off. I understand you need days off, but like he's been the best spark plug in our lineup so far this year. I don't want that guy on the bench. I just don't.
Yeah, Sean, I disagree with you here. Like I said, I'm a backer of Hyde, but the beginning of this year has been frustrating to me. I'll give you, I'll readily say that.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if Elias has the balls to fire Hyde because he brought him with him from Houston.
I mean, I don't know. And once again, this could be Elias and Sig just telling Hyde, hey, these are the lineups we want you to play, right? You don't think it's any of that?
No, and I'm sick of hearing it too. And this is nothing against you. This is like Twitter just getting on my nerves because this should be a collaborative effort, right? Everyone's like, yeah, they get together and they tell, like the GM telling them what the lineup should be. You could say all you want. Hyde has final say when that thing goes in. They're going to sit there and go over, and I'm sure the front office goes, here's what we like for today. Here's the stats. Let me show you these stats. And you got to think like against the reverse split guy the other day, it's like, well, you just saw all these stats and then you threw out a lazy lefty versus righty lineup. Then why would the front office do that? That makes zero sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like pulled back on that. And regardless, Hyde has final say about who gets written down and submitted into the lineup. So you can give all the unless he's sitting there just being a pawn, which I don't. Again, that's why I don't think he is, because he every once in a while he puts these lineups in. It's like you're doing the opposite of what the analytics say, and we are the analytics organization right now. So that's why I'm kind of like, all right, what the fuck's going on right now?
If I'm Hyde, I'm putting out the best damn lineup I possibly can because I have to
try to keep my job.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep a fucking job.
And do that. You win ball games.
Don't tell me they brought up Buck Britton to if Hyde has his team around 500 come the All-Star break. I don't see him as our manager. I see Buck Britton as our manager because Buck Britton grew these guys down in the farm.
I agree. I would have to agree with you there.
Especially, I'm wrong. I hope that Brandon Hyde gets turned around.
Oh yeah, and I think in everything I'm saying, like it's only been a few games this year that I've been super frustrated with. That I'm just like, this makes no fucking sense, and I didn't do like it's going to happen with every manager, right? You can only there's just stuff that you're going to throw out there because of a gut feeling or something like that, and everyone's going to be like, oh, I don't agree with it, right? Sure. It's just going to happen that way. I just don't. I hope he's not a pawn.
This is exactly what I am thinking, Pigtown. Yeah, get Urias and Mateo some starts, but don't sit Westberg, Holiday, Gunnar, and Seti all in the same game. We don't need that.
You should have your core guys. Give a guy a night off a week or whatever you want it to be. Like, I know Seti's getting older and has leg issues. Fine, that's absolutely fine. But don't put Mateo in center field. Put Laureano out there. However you want to say his last name.
Yeah,
like there was just better ways to do it, and I agree with Pigtown here. Like you have your staple guys, and Brian said this on the last one. Like have your staple guys. Like you need to know who's next to you. I'm fine with giving nights off. Like it's gonna you need to give guys nights off. I hope you do.
Gunnar played in the same game.
Gunnar played a lot of freaking games last year, and looked tired, to be honest with you. So but we didn't have a choice. Mateo was hurt. I mean, Holiday was up and down.
And he had 9 WAR. He has to play every game. He's the best player on the team.
Yeah. Well, in 25, the most errors in the league for shortstops. But again, I get it. The guy was getting lazy with it. He's getting lazy with the feet. He's tired. There
was a couple weeks stretch in like right after the All-Star break where he did have like 10 errors in that couple of weeks. Yeah. That was really bad. But I mean, that's a lot of them.
So it was some lazy footwork there too.
Yeah.
But that first error, the first ground ball I got this year with the error and not knowing the runner, that lapse of judgment can't happen. On the flip side, let me give some props here to Jackson Holiday. Looks great defensively, looks so much more comfortable at second base, looked good at shortstop as well. Hitting wise, I looked at the numbers for the first 8 games this year and like the first 8 games he was up last year. That's how you make an adjustment. Let's fucking go, dude. Now it's time to go. I just think, like you guys said, should be. I mean, you got Jackson, Gunner, and Westberg. That should be your core, Setty in center, Adley behind the plate, Mountie at first. Everything else, figure it the fuck out. O'Neill. I think O'Neill should get majority of the reps out and right.
Especially the way he started the season. I mean, he's been our extra base hit. He's been our extra base hit machine in the spark plug in a lot of these games on offense. And I agree with you on Holiday.
O'Hearn seeing the ball great. Kersted's putting good swings on the wall. That should be the core, man. And then give off days and platoon based on stats on certain positions between Kersted and O'Hearn and play it that way, but keep that core.
Yeah.
But that's just me. What the hell do I know?
I mean, I totally agree with you. Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit of a frustrating start to the season for the O's, especially with the injuries now, too, especially with a lot of people complaining about the pitching, and the pitching hasn't been great outside of Eflin and our boy Steve.
Starting pitching, you mean?
The starting pitching. Yeah. The bullpen has been excellent, and yesterday was another example of that. Cano, Soto, and Bautista all pitched pretty well last night, I thought.
This new pitch or whatever, I don't know if he's messed with this at all. They're calling it a changeup, but it's not. It's more of it looks like a splitter, man. Whatever or a Vulcan or something. They're zooming in on his with.
Who are you talking about?
Talking about Cano.
Cano. This 92 mile an hour changeup is what they're calling it. It's more like a splitter kind of deal because they zoomed in on his hand. It looks like he's separating something there, and it was dirty, man. It was.
He's always had the movement. He's always.
I know, but he's never like that pitch. He threw that probably 85% of the time last night. 85% of his it looks like a fork ball. It looks like something. He's got his fingers spread, and I don't know if it's like I couldn't see it good enough to see if it's like his middle finger and his ring finger, or if it's in between his middle finger and his pointer finger. So I can't tell really.
Yeah.
But it's doing something weird. Doing some weird shit. I mean, throwing that and then he's coming back with 97.
Mitch is probably the biggest fan in the world of the EFIS. Yeah. So
I mean,
I've seen the floater pitch since Stuffy McGee.
Oh man, what a classic! Throw him the floater.
We got to give a big shout out to Brian Baker, and he's throwing whatever this kick changeup thing is that Povich is throwing too.
Yeah, good for Brian Baker for having a hot start to the year because a lot of Orioles fans were not happy that he was on the roster.
Dude.
I agree with you, Pigtown. It looks very similar to that, but he comes 3/4, so it's kind of hard to see because splitters are more over the top usually.
I saw.
Who was it that didn't want Baker? Was it Pigtown or was it Joe Rack who didn't want fucking or Bruce Rick didn't want Brad? I think
it was Joe saying that he wasn't going to make the team, and I was like, he's going to make the team, just because I mean he looked great down there, and he still looks great. I know this is a short sample size, and I hope it continues, but. If you can continue do it, like we should hope he continues doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting against him.
Well, yeah, obviously, but it's just like as long as he keeps locating and his fastball looks pretty. I mean, it's pretty straight, but he's locating pretty well right now with that new pitch as well. Is going to add some velo to a 98 mile an hour fastball already.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts, and Pigtown here was saying, where was it? I forget what it was. Pigtown was talking to Povich's dad the other night.
They were like DMing him or whatever.
Yeah, and talking to him about a couple of these pitches, which I want to get one of these guys on to talk about the grip and how they're throwing this. They're calling it a kick change, and I don't know what that is.
What the fuck's a kick change?
I mean, that's what I'm asking. Is that like we used to throw a pitch called a slip pitch at times. It's not that, I don't think, because your fingers are kind of off the ball on that a little bit. And it's not, is it more like a palm ball? Like I haven't
heard palm ball in a very long time. You
can say that's the same as a changeup, but it's a little bit different and it's really hard to control. I want somebody to get on and explain it and talk about it because I have not, I don't know what it is.
I saw a post on Twitter the other day of Roki Sasaki. It was like an overlay of his fastball and his forkball and like how good he is at tunneling it. And the person who posted it said the dragon forkball is working really well for Roki Sasaki. And somebody commented like, can we just stop giving these pitches stupid names because the guy's from Japan? Like, you don't have to call it the dragon forkball because he's Japanese.
Gyro
just call it a
pitch
forkball.
or whatever.
Like, just call it a forkball.
Is that racist? Is that racist?
I don't know. I mean, like they have this ghost fork that Kodai Senga throws, and then the gyro ball that Daisuke threw, and then the dragon fork that.
I mean, they're
Roki
cool
throws.
names and everything,
Yeah,
but
but like,
let's
it's
just
a
call it what
forkball.
it is.
Just call it a fucking
The
forkball.
racism. I always
just
like
weird.
the white racism is great, like sneaky fast or high motor guy.
Oh, you like
all
a
this-
really
all
intelligent
the-
play. Yeah.
Yeah. Like all the white, like Jordy Nelson
Lunch
wasn't
pail
sneaky
guy.
fast. Yeah, lunch pail guy. Jordy Nelson wasn't sneaky fast. Jordy Nelson was fast as shit. All right, that's it. Just because he's
Cooper Kupp was
white
just-
doesn't mean he's sneaky fast.
Cooper Kupp was the best route runner in the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So back to our bullpen right now. If you take CNL Perez out of it,
Everyone's
this
good except for
I did
Perez.
this math last night. So without CNL Perez's numbers in there, our bullpen ERA is a 1.53 or 1.57.
Been awesome,
And
especially
even-
the back end guys.
Yeah, even with CNL in there, if I go to the MLB and I go to reliever ERA for staffs, I believe we are 8th. I don't know, I'm pulling it up now. I looked it up last night. We are 8th, yeah, in the American League at 3.2.
Yeah. And
So,
CNL,
I mean-
CNL's bringing up the ERA 1.7. That's not good.
Yeah, I mean he's got 8 earned
2
runs
innings.
and he's got 8 earned runs in 3.2 innings or something like that.
Yeah,
That's
not good. That's not good.
Well, I mean the guy is like not. First of all, his velo's down 3 to 5 miles an hour in the last 2 appearances, and he's missing like either 3 feet outside the zone, or he's throwing cock shots, or he's throwing cement mixers down the middle. So it's looked bad so far.
Yeah.
Something don't look right. You don't look comfortable. And I know the one game was a rain game, but it's not been a good start.
The groupings for the Masters for the first 2 rounds are out. I thought that was interesting. Scheffler, Justin Thomas, and the U.S. Junior Amateur, who always plays with the winner of the tournament last year, is one group. Spieth, Tyrrell Hatton, and Tom Kim. Brooks Koepka's playing with Sung Jae and Russell Henley. Adam Scott, Xander Schauffele, and Victor Hovland. Rory's playing with Ludwig and Akshay. Matsuyama, Lowry, and Bryson together. Rahm, Wyndham, and Fleetwood together. A lot of really cool, awesome groupings of really great players there. So,
And that's I love that the Masters app is killer. Like they do such a great job.
We talked about this last year. I was looking back at some of our stuff, and they kill it. Like that's the best app for anything. Like people need to take note on that.
Boo, Berg. Mitch hates Ludwig because
Why?
we had a bet last year. I said this guy's like awesome. He's definitely going to win a tournament this year, and he was like, "You want to put $10 on it?" And he never ended up winning a tournament.
I mean, the odds are in Mitch's favor.
I know.
But Ludwig is a robot.
He's a stud.
How does Mitch sound again, Dusty?
He's got the deepest voice of any human being on the planet Earth.
He's got the deepest voice of any Asian. Is that what you're going to say?
No,
That's what
he's
you're going
Irish.
to say.
His last name's McCardle.
Let's say, wait a minute. Never met an Asian Irish man. Are we going racism now? Are we going racist?
Let's finish up here, guys. You guys want to? You guys have any other topics you want to get off your chest?
Nah, I'll.
This is funny. Didn't they let their first woman in a couple years ago? Sorry,
Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice.
Condolingus Rice.
Yeah.
Asperg.
It's probably they probably have the drive chip and putt going on today.
They had that. They had that last week. It was this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, because they did they do the junior women's tournament there. So I think they do that like they make the whole weekend like the drive chip and putt and all that stuff.
Today's the caddy or family member event. Is that today? And then tomorrow's the par 3.
Tomorrow's the par 3. Today is like practice rounds, and I think the caddies probably get to play or whatever.
And then like the wives sometimes play, or like the little brothers and sons and whatever. I forget what it is.
I've heard a guy talk Mandarin in an Irish accent once. That was probably insane.
That ruined me.
Anyway, guys, it is Masters week. The Orioles are playing again tonight. Who's pitching tonight for the O's? I know
Charlie
It
Morton.
is Charlie Morton.
Hopefully Charlie
See-
can figure out his location problems because that's
Yeah.
like his big issue. His stuff looks good.
Watching
but he-
Kevin and Zach react last night and looking at Twitter here last night as well, people are ready to bury the hatchet with Charlie Morton already if he doesn't have a good start today. So I had to come in and say, like, there is a lot of good stuff I've seen out of Charlie Morton in the first 2 starts. If the location gets better, they had 10 strikeouts, gave up 5 runs. I get it.
Yeah.
And some unlucky stuff happened, I believe, in that game as well, if I remember correctly, in terms of like bad defense. 2:40 a.m. Jesus Christ,
Man. Holy moly.
Watch out for Charlie Morton. I think tonight might be the first step back to old Charlie, but he's got a lot of good stuff going for him. I've literally rewatched his first 2 starts and watched it pitch by pitch, and he's got a lot of good stuff going on. Just we need the command to come back a little bit. It's early in the year, but hopefully it comes back. Orioles.
I won't be seeing you guys the rest of the week. I'm going to St. Thomas. I'm actually going to watch. Yeah, you guys, you can suck it. I'm going to be watching Masters Sunday from the beach. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching on my couch. I can't wait. I took off from all my jobs, which I do every year.
Yeah. I'm staying at some dump called the Ritz-Carlton. It's going to be awesome.
God, dude. It's going to be awesome.
High class.
Yeah, guys, Masters Week. We're having another show on Thursday. I don't know if Brian is probably not going to be on that program, but we're going to see if we can get a guest. We're going to talk a little bit more Masters, and we're going to recap the ending of this series with the Diamondbacks that we have going on. We have an off day. The Orioles are off on Thursday, and then they come home for a three series stretch at home, which is nice because it feels like we've been on the road the whole freaking season so far.
So it's also weird they went out west and then they're coming right back. Normally, like you do like those like 9-day, 10-day West Coast trips, so you don't have to fly across the country.
Yeah, it's weird, but
always that'd be a fun idea. That'd always be a fun idea to go just follow the Orioles because normally they go to like Oakland when Oakland was in Oakland, like Oakland, Seattle, like the Angels. Like that'd be fun to just like follow them around.
I was looking at the stats earlier, and there's a guy named Tyler Soderstrom that has 6 homers already, and he plays for the Athletics. But every player has their name, and like the team, it says like New York or Oakland or Baltimore, but it just says ATH next to him. And I was like, wait, I had like double took at it. And I was no, it just says Athletics, I guess.
I was looking at the Orioles schedule and I was getting confused on that too. I'm like, what is that?
Who is that? Athlete? Someone called him the Triple A's the other day. I like that. That was a good name.
That's a good one.
Really
that's
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
that's low hanging fruit. I feel like somebody should have thought of that out of all of us, but man.
Yeah.
I'll tease Thursday a little bit. We're looking to get Jeff Arnold on from Masson. We have not completely confirmed it yet, but it looks like it's going to happen. So tune into that episode. It could be a different time. Just we're trying to work out to see what his timing is going to be looking like. So that'll be a fun one. And I think that's all I got here coming up. Look out for we might be doing a Dusty and I might hop on, or actually all 3 of us. We'll see what Brian's doing. We might hop on a little live together here for the members only. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Keep an eye out for that. I mean, I'll just be. I mean, Thursday I'm basically out of pocket all day because of travel flying at the same time. So.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our Tuesday edition, April 8th. Congratulations to Ovechkin. Congratulations to the Florida Gators, the Yukon Huskies, and congratulations to, I don't know, who else?
Get Ben to scare him live. That would be awesome. Before we go, I wanted to bring this up because we talked about this in the group chat last night with Ben coming out and saying anything over a 1.35 and they have the green light at first base to steal. Was that not nuts to you guys at all?
I mean, you shouldn't be giving that information out. That's for sure.
Well, no. That is extremely high. Like high school was 1.2 and above.
Yeah.
they better be going if it's that high.
1.35, yeah.
They better be going on the first
1.35.
pitch if it's that high. They should.
No
If
shit.
it's 135, they should be stealing every bag, and they should not be getting.
Especially with the bigger bases.
Yeah.
So that was a little wild to me. I couldn't believe he said. First of all, he probably wasn't thinking correctly, but I was like 135. They better be going 1-2 and above, or else I'm going to be pissed with the athletes we have on our team.
Yeah.
So, especially if So,
All
but yeah, I guess you guys didn't have any thoughts on that. I'll go fuck myself.
I was I was watching the basketball game. I didn't watch the Oriole game last night.
I've got DoorDash on my stoop, and it's been there for like an hour. I'm really itching to go eat that. So
I hope you got ants on it.
I don't know. I probably do by now. Anyway, guys, thank you very much once again for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Thursday and join the Huckleberries. It's only $2.
Yeah, baby. I'll see you boys. I'll be in touch throughout the duration of the week, even though I'll be out of pocket.
Everyone wish Brian a safe and fun trip to St. Thomas.
Here, have some fun, you uppity bitch.
Getting a couples massage.
Going to the Ritz Carlton.
I'm watching the Masters on the beach.
This is all thanks to Katie and her kicking ass at her job.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Hell yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's great. I can't wait.
I hope you get a plush robe.
Hey, look, I'm going to Willie T's. I'm going to be jumping off a boat. Oh,
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Let's go, Rory.
Let's
go, Rory. We're a 2 out of 3 pro Rory pod here.
I'll see you boys later. Everyone have a good day. See you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you too, man.